Cool. Hey, what's going on? I'm Omar Espinosa.
And I'm Bryan Dourado. And we run Rockernaut Studios. What would you say Rockernaut's all about?
The idea of Rockernaut was just, you know, the exploration of rock. Honestly, it's about finding out about music. You know, it really started in the rock field, or industry, I guess I would say. But really, we've moved it into trying to understand all different kinds of music, and with that, being able to really push it into our studio, so that when we pick up artists and we work with people, we can really bring them to the next level.
Yeah. Also, like, what I've got from it was, like, we worked with a few bands and was discovering them and actually, like, exploring what they're all about, and seeing if you know, they can actually bring their talents to, you know, into fruition and actually become something, and having them explore themselves as well as artists, I think is what I take from it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the deepest I've ever gotten about that name.
Yeah.
We're just a couple dudes that grew up playing music, just like every other musician out there. But you know, we've loved it all our lives. Dude got a fucking tattoo on his face.
Yeah. Fuck desk jobs. It's pretty funny.
But yeah, I mean, we're just a couple dudes that fucking love music and just really have it's just been the driving force in our lives, all our lives.
Yeah, we've been doing it since we were kids. I mean, honestly, one day, you know, he was in a band and he was like, "Hey, come sing in my other band," and I was like, "All right, cool." And it's pretty funny, anyways. But ever since then, yeah, I was hooked. I just wanted to play music, and then we just been in bands pretty much all our lives ever since that point.
Yeah. Then rounded around, you know, we've gone through different things in our lives and came back around to starting our studio together. And it's, you know, something I started out small on my own, and then when I knew I needed to take it to the next level, to really, especially to bring somebody in vocally that could just drive things, I asked Bryan if he'd come on and work with me, and it's been an amazing partnership. So I've really driven the music side of things, and Bryan's really focused vocally on our projects.
Yeah.
And together we've been able to collaborate and just bring some amazing things to the table. There's some artists out there that we've been working with that are just killing right now, doing really well. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've always had an interest in vocals, and when Omar and I were in bands together, it was definitely a dope collaboration. You know, he would write some awesome music, and I'd be like, we just bounce ideas off each other, and I'd be like, well, let's try something like this, and vocally we could do this, and then it just changes the song, and it's like both of us together as, you know, two different elements, and then kind of just combining together creates this awesome, you know, this awesome sound that wouldn't necessarily happen if we did it separately, which definitely makes Rockernaut, I think, very unique, and you know, makes the studio what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done some projects we've done. Well, we started working with this one band. You know, they were a baby band, and they're out there right now. They're actually killing it. But we helped develop their sound, and, you know, with them, you know, and their willingness to do so, and they just kind of took off. And that was a metal band. We've worked with rock bands. We're doing a singer-songwriter thing that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing some other stuff that's, you know, possibly going to be pretty big for us, and getting our names on the map. Other than that, yeah.
But I mean, we've done gigs, done writing gigs for, worked on the first two Falling in Reverse records, done writing on that. You know, I've done Escape the Fate. That's, you know, what I started doing when it came to writing. And then, yeah, I mean, some local bands recently, and we're doing a project right now called No Good Crooks, and it's coming along quite well. That's it.
Yeah, it's like every song we do with that band is like hit after hit after hit.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
Yep. So honestly, our goal with our studio is that, you know, coming up, playing in bands and wanting to get a break, and just wanting to find somebody that you could work with, to relate with, that understood what it was like to start out nowhere. And even with bands that are, well, obviously bands that are obviously making headway already, but just to help guys out, to find bands, to break them, to get them somewhere, to help push, honestly, other musicians' dreams.
Yeah.
It's just the way it should be. It's like, kind of like a hippie viewpoint about it, but I mean, musicians got to stick together, and it's all about just fucking making it happen for each other.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think for me, it's also, testing my abilities as a vocal producer, doing arrangements and stuff like that. I'm always learning new things myself and just expanding on my interests into a certain song or certain things about a song. And then, I mean, one of my downfalls is once I like something, that's it. There's nothing else that can come out. But honestly, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to that. But my main purpose and goals would be like, helping people out. Omar was saying, there was times when I was in band and it was just so hard for me to just move forward, and it was like one thing after another thing after another thing, block, and and it's being on this side of things, on the production side, it's so cool having the experience to work with people that really want it and seeing them actually do stuff, and you're like, I was a part of that. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. All right, musically, I got my start. Started playing in bands when I was, I think I played my first band when I was like 12, 13, something like that. Played in lots of local bands and played in like 12 bands with this guy. Seriously. And then I guess big breaks came, well, sort of big breaks, shit. I played in Love Hate Hero. Started the band actually with my friend Bryan Ross in my apartment in North Hollywood. And then, like a dickhead, decided to move to Las Vegas, and then they got signed a month later. I wanted to fucking kill myself.
He was so mad.
I literally shoved my shit into my closet, said I fucking quit music and done. Anyways, like probably 6 months later, I went and got bored and pulled out my shit again and started playing guitar, and I was like, I want to start a band, try to find other musicians. Anyways, long story short, living in Vegas, I met up with some guys, Ronnie Radke and Brian Money and Robert Ortiz, and we started Escape the Fate, and that took off pretty fast. Got signed to Epitaph, and shit, man, just played our asses off and toured for years and wrote a couple records, and anyways, it was a fucking blast. Since then, I played in, I think, 2 bands after that. I played in a band called the Black and White City for a little bit, and then I played in Perfect Like Me again with this guy. And then for me personally, I decided at that point, I was ready to just kind of put playing in a band down because I'm a dad. I had my kids and wanted to get married. My girlfriend, who's now my wife, my girlfriend at the time, we had those plans and decided to do that. Now I have an army, and and it's awesome. So anyways, that was kind of like my background on how I got started and all that, and then I've just kept in close touch with friends at Epitaph and other people out in the industry, and been asked since then. I've written on a few records with notoriety, and it's been great. And through that, been working on Rockernaut.
Well, fuck. I guess it started with me around the same time. I was like 12, 13, and I picked up a guitar, and my buddy showed me how to play it. I learned like bar chords, and Omar was teaching me stuff, and then I started playing bass ever since then. Actually, I just picked up the bass and started playing bass. I did that for quite a long time, actually, and there was just bands I would listen to, and I'd try to vocally emanate them, and there was a lot of bands like No Effects and No Use for a Name, and those bands, vocally, they had the sickest harmonies, and I was so inspired by that, and I just wanted to like become the best at doing that, and that's pretty much what I prided myself on, was harmonies and backing vocals and playing bass, and just being a fucking jackass, to be honest with you. Anyways, so we were in bands together, and then you know, I'd leave a band and we'd go start another band and we'd be like, fuck you to those other bands. And then we'd like, I love you. And we'd like start that band and then say fuck you to the band we were just in.
Some seriously fucking incestuous relationships.
Yeah, dude. Pretty much, we've all been in bands separately and together with the same people. It's like a fucking some Mormon shit. Anyways, yeah, and then you know I was in a piano rock band. Was the first time I actually fronted a band, which I was the lead vocalist, and it was like a total offshoot of anything I've ever done. And it was something I just always wanted to do, was like piano rock band. And it was this band called I Say You Say, and I thought it sounded great, and we had some really good stuff, but cocaine's a hell of a drug. So don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs bad.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what we do.
So a lot of you guys out there have asked or sent me emails, send messages, or have asked questions. You know, how can I get my stuff to you, or how can I come and record in your studio? You just go to our website, Rockernaut.com. Yeah. Anyway, go to our website, and on there there's going to be there's a submission form where you can send us what you got or what you're working on, or even just send us a message and say, hey, I want to come record with you. I don't have anything, but I have money to give you. No. And then yeah, just fucking send us some information.
Even if it's like, you know, pre-production, you know, helping us write a song, write us a song. We have music that's great. We want to record anywhere from that whole spectrum of just like full production to engineering to just getting some tracks recorded or whatever.
Yeah, whatever, man. Mixing, mastering.
We'll
do it all. Yeah.